As Rankin approaches Hawaii, she readies herself for her first major exercise with the American Navy.
There is only one gang in town. This is the gang in town for Silent Fury. The rest of it is herding.
The Americans have christened the exercise Silent Fury. They have 2 destroyers and 2 frigates, a nuclear submarine and a search aircraft dedicated to finding Rankin. Rankin's mission is to elude detection and pass through a choke point, a channel between 2 islands, and then photograph one of the American destroyers. To achieve this, the captain has a cunning plan.
Are you being a noisy bastard?
Yes, I am, see? They're not going to know what hit them.
The captain wants the Americans to become accustomed to a high noise level, as might be expected from a boatload of Australians.
Jumping off the third rung of the ladder and bouncing off the DSS deck. However, I would encourage people to actually take it seriously and to make a little bit of noise.
In 2 days, I'm not going to love it, though.
So what's happening in 2 days?
I'm going to go quiet.
Yeah.
Yes, go quiet so they can't hear us at all. Try and confuse them.
June the 7th, 2000 hours. Silent Fury has started. For the last 48 hours we've been making quite a racket, but we are now in our quietest state and travelling at slow speed along the coast, using the ambient and shore noise to mask our presence.
The Americans were supposed to turn off their sonar to give Rankin an opportunity to slip away, but it seems they've dropped that part of the plan.
Right from the word go, they were trailing us even before the choke point started. They were actually shepherding us down the corridor, and the other units were already waiting down here anyway, so it's made it extremely difficult for us. It's a bit unrealistic in terms of a real scenario.
The red ones are the vessels that we're playing the games with, and they're the possibly hostile units, so they're the ones that are looking for us, and obviously they're hostile because they're looking for us.
So there are, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 hostile ships out there and a yellow one?
Yep.
Choke point being between these 2 islands, so our aim basically is to position ourselves off the northwest of Nihal and mask ourselves a little bit with the shore here, so give ourselves some sonar cover that make it harder for them to detect us through up this direction.
Okay, yeah. Left-hand edge is about being a 127.
Passive sonar is simply listening to what's out there. Up to now, Rankin has been lying low by keeping her noise level below that already present in the water from undersea activity.
And you can hear the waves crashing.
Yeah, well, you can hear noise, yeah. Yeah. Not so much waves crashing, but you can hear a constant sound like, I suppose, rain.
Ball bearing.
Yeah.
The plan seems to be working. Sonar has detected that they've eluded the nuclear submarine.
You can imagine when we went deep, went all quiet, they would have gone, Captain, sir, sonar. We've lost him, sir. There would have been a major kerfuffle. There would have been their watch handover as well, so that would have made it even worse for them. They would have blamed on the other watch and vice versa, as people do. And the captain would be saying they're all a bunch of idiots for losing this really noisy Collins-class submarine, so it's good.
So our positions are standby points for a fix on the attack periscope.
Should be green 4-5.
Down. Okay, team, on that all-round look, had a possible stern light of a warship at green 30, intermittent, range just 10 to 12,000 yards, just a single white light.
Charter depth 400 metres.
Bearing a land there. Bearing a land, that's priority at the moment. See this here, is that your shore noise?
Shore noise 137.
Shore noise bearing 137.
Setting 48 metres deepening.
Right, sounding. We sort of made it around the top of the northern part of the island now. We didn't have a lot of activity there. We were in reasonably close to the coast. Now we're still in reasonably deep water even though we're near the coast, so you know, the way that they're posturing at the moment, I'd suggest that there's a chance that they hold us. But the worst thing we can do is ramp up in speed and let them know that they do have us. So they maybe got a sniff and we're just hanging on in there at the moment, hoping that they haven't.
Last 37, sir, is on steep bow rate and increasing intensity.
When the Americans find passive sonar is not working, they upgrade to active sonar. Sound waves are sent out and then analysed as they bounce back. Eerie sounds are heard in the control room through underwater microphones.
I mean, they've been passive right up till 4 o'clock in the morning, and then they've all basically banged off on active from that time, which would suggest it's pretty much a coordinated plan.
But Rankin uses geography to her advantage. She sticks right up close to the island's steep volcanic walls. The Americans find their signals bounce back off the cliffs, and by continuing to travel slowly, Rankin hides in the wall of sound.
Sorry, sir? I don't think so either. No. This is fishing. The worst thing we can do is do nothing. Is to do something. Yeah, the best thing is to just stick where you are. Yep. Yeah, great. It's good though.
Rankin keeps safe, undetected along the cliff wall. What lies ahead is a dangerous crossing of open water to the second island. She'll be vulnerable to detection. For the past 2 days, Rankin has avoided detection by sticking tight by the island's cliffs. She loses herself in the active sonar sound waves that bounce back off the steep volcanic walls. Now, a new day brings added danger as Rankin must break cover and cross open water.
Scope, when we get a range on this one, you just plot him on there so we can see whereabouts he was in the channel.
1936 range of 2,500 yards.
0800 June 8th. It's now time to make our dash between the two islands. Thus far we have remained in the shallower waters and used the islands as cover.
It's 22, 23 miles.
It'll take how long?
Anything up to 2.5 hours, I reckon.
This is where they can get us,
Well, this is where they can get us if they...
There is a chance that the US submarine may have remained in the channel and could pick us off. But my hunch is that the American units remain unaware of our position and are searching to the south.
Just as Rankin enters the channel, sonar comes through with some good news.
Kind of a lucky break there. Told you, if you wait, it happens.
Still, this is the tricky bit, huh?
This is the tricky bit, but it's just become a little bit easier because this ship has just decided it's time for him to relocate, and he's going to relocate at speed, and he's putting himself between us and anything down to the south. So we're just coming around astern of him, and for a while...
77's just started transmitting active, so he's still above his best sonar listening speed. He's possibly just transmitting.
We're on his quarter. Yeah, we're set nicely on his quarter. Still want 095 plot, or do you want to come further right?
56 transmissions, they've just changed their frequency.
Let me know when you're happy that I can alter course.
2.5 hours later, they reach the shelter of the second island. And using the cliffs as cover, they start down the choke point towards the US destroyer. Feeling confident, they decide to sneak a look.
Clear.
Danger, danger, danger. Racket dangerous. Held on the only 42 dB.
Behind the black curtain, the electronic warfare team have detected a US radar sweep and alert command.
So they know we're here.
They don't yet, but with that radar, if we put the mast up for more than 30 seconds, the chances are they will.
Yeah, well, I had the altimeters, but the engineer never reported a military aircraft visual.
There's no aircraft whatsoever.
I didn't see anything when I looked around. I had a good look around as well on the search.
What have we got to lose?
Well, yeah,
stick with plan A.
About the plan, I reckon stick with a plan for plan.
Depth of water?
276 fathoms is there.
How many? 276. 276. Yeah, we got a decent enough fix so we can drive through here. We've got a bus through there.
USS O'Kane, bearing 259, 21 dB. ANS figure 67, and report.
What was that, 29? That's 21. He's out there.
With their target, the US destroyer O'Kane, in sight, Rankin closes in. If this were war, the destroyer would be in torpedo range.
Aircraft as well, mate. Well, I know.
The arrival of a lone helicopter presents a chance of detection.
There he is, he's coming in now.
Just coming in now.
Coming towards now.
Yeah, good on him.
Too late. Good night, Irene. Tell your story walking, pal.
Tell him well done. Too bloody late. Good night in the fogs.
So you're calling that a win?
Yeah, I would say so, wouldn't you?
Definitely. That's a win.
5 metres.
That's what I said. That's
Rankin announces her presence with an Australian victory song.
That's beautiful.
Who's hearing that?
Well, hopefully he is. Better run, better take cover.
We're picking it up from our own underwater telephone. So hopefully the Americans are listening to this.